Hello. Okay, so we are going to start off by going over the homework. So if everybody wants to flip their page to that. Okay. Last class we went over how to find notes on the staff. And we first started off by saying that if any note was in a space, we would use the word face. F-A-C-E. So if we were in the first space on the very bottom of the staff, it would be the first letter of face, F. Any note in the second space would be the second letter of face, A. Any note in the second space would be A. Third space would be the third letter of face, be C. Any note in the third space is a C. Now, in the last space, we have the last letter of face, which would be an E. Now we said if there was a line going through the note, we would use every good burger deserves fries, or every good boy deserves fun, or fudge, or whatever helps you remember. So the first line on the very bottom would be every. Every starts with the E. So any note in the bottom would be an E. Next line, every good. Good starts with a G, so any note on that line would be a G. Third line, every good burger. Burger starts with a B. Any note on the third line would be a B. Then the fourth line, every good burger deserves. Deserves starts with a D. So any note on that line would be a D. Now the last line, every good burger deserves fries. Fries starts with a F, so any note on the last line would be an F. So now, going over the homework, the first note is in a space or is a line going through it? It is in a space, right? So for space, we use face. So it's in the first space. So what's the first letter of face? F, right. So that note is an F. Now the second note, is it in a space or is there a line going through it? It is in a space, right? So it is in the 1, 2, 3, the third space. So what's the third letter of face? The C, right? So that note is a C. Now the third note, is it in a space or is a line going through it? There's a line going through it, right? So here we use every good burger deserves fries. So it's the second line, so every good is for the second line, and good starts with a G. So that note is a G. Now the fourth note, is it in a space or is there a line going through it? There's a line going through it. So we use every good burger deserves fries. So it's on the third line. So we have every good burger. Burger starts with a B, right? And it's on the third line. So that note is a B. Now the last note, is it in a space or is a line going through it? It's in a space, right? So for space, we use face. Let's count. 1, 2. It's in the second space. So what's the second letter of face? A. So that note is an A. Okay, so before we move on, I want to warm up. So everybody stand. Okay, now we're going to breathe a little bit. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Remember to breathe from your diaphragm down below, not through the chest, right? In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay, everybody put your hands up to the side and then down. Make sure you don't hit your partner. Ready? Stretch high up to the ceiling. all the way to both walls, and then down. One more time. Up, to the sides, and down. Okay, hopefully your posture is a little bit better now. Okay, now we are going to pretend like we are chewing something really big. Now we're going to hum and chew. Ready? Hopefully get some of that tension out of the jaw, right? So now we're going to massage the jaw, get more of the tension out. Okay, now we're going to do some sirens. So you can hum or you can do a lip trill. I'm going to do both, but you can choose either or. Ready? Okay, great. Now we're going to do some laws. So just sing the same note as me. Ready? La. Higher. La. Really high. La. Really low. La. Okay, now we are going to do Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. So it's Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. Oh my, oh my. Just gonna stay on the same exact note. Ready? Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. Oh my, oh my. Remember, we had to enunciate so that people can understand what we're saying, right? A little higher. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. Oh my, oh my. A little higher. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. Oh my, oh my. Okay? Now we're going to sing a scale. We're just going to sing it on laws. Ready? La, 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 la. Back down. La, 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 la. Okay, great. Now we're going to sing the same exact thing, but with our solfege syllables, right? So that's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And then back down. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So we're going to sing the same exact thing, but with those syllables. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Great! So for today, we are going to go over the different types of singing. There are three main ways to sing. The first is classical or operatic. And then if you go to an opera, you see many of them singing like this with their fists together. They do this so that they have lots of room to breathe, so they give a lot of power. And they also have very strict vowel shapes. So instead of saying A, E, I, O, U, they say it like this. A, E, A, O, U. So instead of saying watermelon, they say watermelon. They're round watermelon. Round, exaggerated, right? They also have a lot of vibrato in the voice. Vibrato is just a quiver. So instead of singing la, it sounds like la, really high. La, la. You hear that little quiver? Okay, so now we're going to try singing this on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Ready? All together. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, whose fleece was white as snow. Hear a little bit of the difference, right? The next way is a belt, and this is almost speech-like, and is very powerful as well. So instead of singing la, it's just like you would speak it. La, just say la, la, la. Now pretend like you're singing it like that. La, la, la. Okay? Now we're going to try to sing Mary Had a Little Lamb with that. Ready? Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. Sounds like you're speaking it, right? Then the last way is musical theater. Now this may be a belt and may be speech-like, but a lot of times it's also very nasally. And by nasally, I mean it sounds kind of like this. And they have many different character voices so that you can distinguish from the characters when they are singing. So now we're going to try to sing this with Mary Had a Little Lamb. Ready? Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. It's a little more charactery and a little more nasally. So hopefully you know the difference. And now you're going to hear some songs and you're going to tell me what type of singing that is. Okay.